Ramadan Kareem to everyone observing. And whether you are fasting or not, whether you are Muslim, Christian, or hold to any other faith, the message at the heart of this conversation is one that concerns every single Nigerian. This is about our country. This is about the future we are handing over to our children. And this is about the direction Nigeria is currently headed under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My own message today is simple. We are here to talk about the future of our country. All of you know what is happening in Nigeria today. You do not need a television analyst to interpret it for you. You feel it when you buy food. You feel it when you try to pay school fees. You feel it when you step outside at night and look over your shoulder. We're campaigning for change because many Nigerians believe this government has pushed the country into deeper hardship. Across Nigeria, insecurity persists. Across Nigeria, hunger has become a daily reality. Across Nigeria, suffering is no longer the exception, it is the norm. The only thing that seems to function efficiently in the country right now is bad news. Every morning Nigerians wake up, and it is another wave of economic pain, another story of violence, another policy that tightens the pressure rather than relieves it. We are urging Nigerians to consider change. To imagine a Nigeria where children are in school without disruption. A Nigeria where hospitals function not as prayer points, but as actual centers of healing. Today, if you fall sick in Nigeria, whether you are Muslim praying to Almighty Allah or Christian calling on God, it often feels like faith is your first and last line of defense because the healthcare system is struggling. Nigerians were stunned to hear figures that suggested enormous spending on refurbishing the presidential aircraft, while allocations to the Ministry of Health appeared disproportionately small by comparison. The symbolism of that contrast has not been lost on the public. It has become part of the larger debate about priorities and governance under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now let us shift to something that truly caught the political class off guard. Two men who once stood on opposite sides of one of Nigeria's most fiercely contested presidential elections appeared together. Not in a courtroom, not at a reconciliation summit, not at a private negotiation table, but on the campaign trail. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi showed up side by side in AMAC, the Abuja Municipal Area Council, campaigning for the African Democratic Congress, ADC, candidate Moses Paul. Pause for a moment and take that in. Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, together, in the same political space, supporting the same candidate. Whether you are a die-hard PDP loyalist, a committed supporter of the Labour Party, or simply a politically aware Nigerian observing from a distance, you had to ask, what exactly is going on here? And perhaps more importantly, what is the signal for 2027? For years, critics have described Atiku Abubakar as a man driven by ambition at the highest level of politics. He has contested for president multiple times. He has built networks across every geopolitical zone in Nigeria. He has negotiated alliances and navigated party structures. Yet some critics argued that his ground-level political engagement did not always match his national ambitions. That is why his appearance in AMAC was so striking. Here was a former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a seasoned political heavyweight, physically present in a local government campaign. He was not issuing statements from Abuja mansions. He was not delegating the task to surrogates. He showed up. In Nigerian politics, that matters. Grassroots engagement matters. Symbolism matters. The optics of national figures descending into local contests sends a message that no election is too small and no political space is beneath engagement. Whether this represents a genuine recalibration in Atiku Abubakar's strategy or a carefully calculated step toward 2027 is open to interpretation. But politically, it communicates seriousness. And then there is Peter Obi. Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State and the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, has consistently reassured his supporters, the obedient movement, that he remains committed to contesting future elections. His supporters remain energized. The 2023 election reshaped Nigeria's political conversation, bringing youth engagement and issue-based campaigning to the forefront in ways not seen in decades. So what does it mean when Peter Obi stands beside Atiku Abubakar in the AMAC? Does it suggest that Atiku Abubakar might one day step aside? Does it suggest that Peter Obi might consider a broader coalition platform? Or does it point to something even more strategic, the recognition that a divided opposition benefited the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, in 2023? In that election, the opposition vote was fragmented. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Labour Party split significant portions of the electorate. Many analysts have argued that had those forces been united, the outcome might have looked very different. Now imagine 2027. Imagine lessons learned. Imagine structures aligned. Imagine a unified strategy, rather than parallel campaigns competing for the same reform-minded voters. That AMAC may look like a small local contest, but politically it feels like a rehearsal. Let us also talk about what this means for the African Democratic Congress, ADC. The ADC is not as institutionally entrenched as the APC or PDP. It does not possess the same nationwide machinery. Yet when figures like Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi stand on its platform, it transforms perception. It signals viability. It attracts attention. For Moses Paul, the ADC candidate in AMAC, that visibility is invaluable. It elevates a local race into a nationally watched event. Political momentum often begins in small arenas. When heavyweight politicians lend credibility to smaller platforms, they reshape calculations. Suddenly, the ADC is no longer a peripheral party. It becomes a potential rallying point. Now, we must also examine the concerns raised about the APC's posture in AMAC. Critics argue that the ruling party's campaign visibility in the area has appeared limited compared to the energy displayed by the ADC. There have also been political tensions involving the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, whose influence in Abuja's administrative structure is significant. Allegations and counter-allegations have circulated online, with opposition voices suggesting undue influence or political pressure. It is important to state clearly, elections in Nigeria are conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and outcomes are determined by votes cast and counted under the law. However, public trust in institutions is fragile. When voters suspect that administrative power might overshadow democratic choice, confidence erodes. That is the real danger. If any party wins without convincing citizens it earned that victory through transparent campaigning and credible votes, the damage goes beyond one local government. It affects national morale. Democracy depends not only on results, but on legitimacy. Everything happening in AMAC feels larger than AMAC. You have Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi demonstrating political coexistence. You have the ADC attempting to project seriousness. You have the APC defending its dominance. And looming over all of this is 2027. The next presidential election may seem distant, but political groundwork is laid years in advance. Coalitions are tested in smaller contests. Trust is built or broken in moments like these. If opposition forces learn from 2023 and build a disciplined, united front, 2027 could be dramatically competitive. If they remain fragmented, the APC under Bola Ahmed Tinubu may consolidate further control. Nigerian politics is dynamic. Alliances shift. Calculations evolve. What appears unlikely today may become inevitable tomorrow. But beyond party strategy lies a deeper issue. The Nigerian voter. Will citizens remain engaged? Will they demand transparency? Will they hold leaders accountable regardless of party? That is the ultimate question, because democracy does not survive on the ambitions of politicians alone. It survives on participation, on vigilance, on belief. As we close, let me say this: Nigeria stands at a crossroads. The economic strain is real. The security concerns are real. The political maneuvering is real. But so too is the power of the people. This is Brainspot Media. We bring you political analysis that is fast, direct, and uncompromising. If you believe in staying informed and thinking critically about Nigeria's future under leaders like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and others shaping the national conversation, then subscribe to Brainspot Media. Like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay vigilant. That I will see you in the next one.